Okay, so a basic sandwich loaf, and this uses 4 ingredients only, and one of them is an all-purpose flour with a low protein content. This one's got 11%, and because we're using a baking tin, we don't need that gluten structure, so low protein flours are okay. Now in this bowl I've got 500 grams of flour. I've added a 7-gram sachet of dried yeast to it. Now on the hob I have heated up 350 grams of milk. That's 3.5% fat, and I've just heated it up to around body temperature, and in there I dissolved 12 grams of sea salt. Now I've just added everything to the bowl together, and the idea here is not to knead, it's just to make sure that we combine all of the dry ingredients really well with all of those wet ingredients. I will list all of the recipe details in the description along with any helpful links, and if you're going to make the recipe, please do check the description, because as the viewers ask questions I'll be updating it, so maybe you'll have a question that's already been answered there in the description. Now the aim of the game at this stage isn't to knead the dough, it's just to make sure that all of the ingredients have been well incorporated together, and then afterwards we're going to leave it to sit out on the workbench, and that's going to allow the flour to become properly hydrated by the water, and that's going to make the kneading a little bit easier. So I reckon this process should take you somewhere between 2 or 3 minutes just to make sure it's well mixed. And then cover the bowl with cling film or tuck it up nicely in a plastic bag just to make sure there's no air getting in so the dough won't dry out. So this has been resting on the countertop now for 30 minutes, as I say, to let all of that flour hydrate properly. And as you can see, the dough becomes a lot more workable. It's already a lot more stretchy, so it's going to make it a lot easier for this kneading process. Now, we're not going to develop such a strong gluten network here because we just don't have the protein in the flour. Well, especially not if you're using an all-purpose low protein flour anyway. So we'll just give it a really good knead for about 5 or 6 minutes until it becomes really smooth. And that is that. Just bring the dough ball into a rough ball. It doesn't need to be anything special. Just try and make sure the surface there is a little bit tight. And then we're going to get it back into a bowl and we're going to cover it and we're going to leave it out at room temperature to prove. Now you can let this go until it's kind of double in size, and then we'll come back to it and we will shape it ready for our loaf tin. Okay, so my kitchen's at about 20 degrees Celsius today, and this has been out on the side for about an hour, and it's pretty much doubled in size. So as soon as that happens, we can whip it out and put it down on the work surface. And again, I'm not using any bench flour here at all. Now, if you're after a complicated shaping demonstration, this is not the video to watch. This is about an easy basic bread, and I want everybody to see that we can get this into a container without doing anything complicated at all. So I'm literally going to flatten it out. I'm going to fold it over into thirds and then roll this up really tight. At the end, I'm going to give it a bit of a jiggle to get it into a sausage shape and then get it straight into the tin. And that's it. As long as you end up with a nice tight sausage shape that fits in that tin, you are all good. And now we're going to cover this again with a plastic bag and leave it out on the side until it rises to the top of the tin. Right, so this took 2 hours to rise, and I'm just going to spray the top of it with some water. The oven's been preheated to 200 degrees Celsius. I will spray the inside of that with some water as well, and this will take about 35 minutes to bake. Now, if you see the top going brown too quickly, you can just use a piece of silver foil to cover it just to slow down the browning process. And that, as they say, is that a really simple, straightforward sandwich loaf recipe. You cannot go wrong with this. Simple steps and basic ingredients. So, an amazingly soft bread recipe, and that's because of the addition of the milk. Now, if you want to swap that out for water, of course you can. You might want to reduce the hydration levels just a little, probably in the region of 60 to 65%. I think that's 300 to 325 grams of water. But with the milk beautifully soft, great for sandwiches, excellent for the toast in the mornings. But right now, I want to say a massive thank you to everybody who's been supporting the channel, watching my videos and liking. It's been phenomenal. Thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for my future content. Now, I have just started an Instagram page. It's very new, so the cupboard's a bit bare, but feel free to follow me over there and tag me in any of the recipes that you cook for my videos, or anything else for that matter, because it's great to follow along with what you guys are doing. And keep the questions rolling in the comments. I absolutely love answering those. But right now, thank you very much for watching. I will see you again very soon. Stay tuned.